Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Yes, do you remember the short division method we learned yesterday? Today we will learn about long division, and in long division, division of 3-digit number by a single digit number. Yes children, you already learned the division of 2-digit number in your third class. So now let us learn how to divide a 3-digit number by a single digit number. And in that, first let us do a division where the remainder is 0. Now consider 648 divided by 4. Now this is a 3-digit number, right? 648 divided by 4, which is a single digit number. Now what will be our first step? Yes, in addition and subtraction and even in multiplication, we start doing the addition, subtraction or multiplication from right to left. But in division, we go from left to right. Yes children. So here the first step would be to divide the highest place value, that is hundreds. We need to divide the first digit from the left, that is 6. Now 6 divided by what? The divisor 4. Yes, 6 is the divisor. 648 is what? Is our dividend. You remember this children? The terms of division, terms used in division. Now 6 divided by 4. If you look at fourth table, we have 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. There is no factor for 6 in fourth table. So we'll go with what? We'll go with the lesser number, that is 4. We do not have 6 in the fourth table, so we are going for the lesser number 4. How many times does 4 come? 4 ones are 4. So 1 becomes our quotient. 1 is written in the quotient's place and the 4 is written here. 4 ones are 4 is written directly below 6. 4 is written directly below 6. And when we subtract 6 minus 4, we get 2. It gives 1 as quotient, leaving 2 as remainder. Yes. Again, in quotient also should be written directly above 6, and the number, that is 4 ones are 4, should also be written below 6, and then the remainder should be written below that. Okay children, remember to follow the line here. Write 1 in the hundreds place, write 4 under the hundreds place of dividend, and subtract, that is 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. Yes, clear till now the first step, dividing the 100. Now moving to the next step, what should we do? We should bring down the next digit. Bring down 4 from the tens place of the dividend. From the tens place of the dividend, 4 is brought down. Now first we had 2 here. Now we have placed 4 as well. So what do we have now? 24. Yes, now we should divide this 24 by 4. Now we should divide this 24 by 4. In 4 table, we know that 4 6 are 24. Yes or no? So here 6 becomes our quotient. So 6 is written above the tens place. That is 4. 6 is written above 4. And 24 is written below the 24. When we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. Clear children? 4 6 are 24. When we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. Now next what should we do? Bring down the step 3. Bring down 8 from the ones place of the dividend. Divide 8 by 4. We get 2 as the quotient with remainder 0. Yes, we are done with ones and tens. Now what should we do? Next we have our, we are done with tens and hundreds. Now we have 8 which is in the ones place. So bringing 8 down. Bringing 8 down. If you remember fourth table, we have 4 twos are 8. Again, why are we taking only fourth table? Because 4 is the divisor here. So we should check for each number in the fourth table only. 4 twos are 8. So 2 will be written in the quotient, and then I am writing this 8 here again. Yes. So from this we will subtract 8. 4 twos are 8. Now when we subtract, 8 minus 8 gives us 0. Now after this, do we have any digits in the dividend to bring down? No. We are left with 0 only. Now 0 becomes our remainder. It is the remaining number. 0 is remaining. So 0 becomes our remainder. Now what is our quotient? 162. Clear children? Multiplication of a division of a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. Here the divisor is 4, dividend is 648, quotient is 162 and remainder is 0. Okay? If you remember the division rule, divisor into quotient plus remainder is equal to dividend. Yes, divisor into quotient plus remainder is equal to dividend. If we if we substitute the values, divisor is 4 into the quotient is 162, that into 162, placing it in brackets, because first we need to multiply these two, then only add the product to the remainder. Remainder is 0 here, is equal to, what is our dividend? 648. Okay. Now let us solve one more example of division from 3-digit number by a 1-digit number where the remainder is other than 0. 853 divided by 2. The question will be like this, children. 853 divided by 2. Okay. 853 divided by 2. Now if we let me write the second table here. Okay, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10, 2 six are 12. Okay. Yes, children. Now what should we do? The first step, divide the hundreds. 8 divided by 2. Yes. Now do we have 8 in the second table? Yes, we have 2 fours are 8. So 4 is written in quotient. Remember to write 4 just above 8. And then 2 fours are what? 2 fours are 8. So again write 8 below 8. When we subtract, 0 will be our answer. Now what should we do? Bring the tens digit down. That is 5. Now do we have 5 in second table? No. So what should we do? We should go with the lesser number, just next lesser number, not 2 but 4. Okay. Now 2 and 4 are both less than 5. Yes. But we have to go with 4. It is the just next lesser number. It is the nearest number to 5. Now how many times is 4? 2 times. So 2 twos are 4. 2 in the quotient, 4 here below 5. Now what should we do with these two? We should subtract 5 minus 4, 1, and then bringing our ones digit down. So what do we have here? 1, 3, 13. Now do we have 13 in the second table? No. So we should go with the nearest lesser number, that is 12. 2 6 are 12. So 6 in the quotient, 12 written below 13. Now what should we do? We should subtract. 13 minus 12 is 1. Yes, children. Now do we have any other digits to bring down? No. Now is 1 divisible by 2? No. Yes, 1 is less than 2. 1 is less than our divisor. So we cannot further divide it. So what does 1 become? 1 becomes our remainder. 1 is remaining. So 1 becomes our remainder. What about the quotient? 426 is our quotient. Yes. Now what about the dividend? 853 is our dividend and 2 is our divisor. Clear, children? 426 quotient, 1. It's not 0, 1. 1 is our remainder. 853 is our dividend and 2 is our divisor. Yes. If you remember the rule, divisor into quotient plus remainder, that means 2 into 426 plus 1 is equal to what? Our dividend, 853. Next we are having one more example here. 493 divided by 5. Let me take green color. 493 divided by 5 children. See, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15. Now if you look at the first digit 4, now 4 is less than our divisor. Yes, we do not have 4 in the fifth table, and also we do not have any number lesser than 4. The fifth table starts from 5. Yes, the fifth table starts from 5. So it's not possible to divide 4 with 5. So what we'll do, we'll go for taking two digits together. Okay, we'll go for taking two digits together. 49. Now do we have 49 in fifth table? No, but we have 5 nines are 45 and 5 tens are 50. 49 lies between these two numbers. Now which number should we go with? Yes, 5 nines are 45. Always go for the lesser number. 9 will be a quotient written above. 45 will be written just below 49. We should subtract. 9 minus 5, 4. 4 minus 4, 0. What should we do, children? Next, bring the digit in ones place down. We have 4, 3, 43. Again, do we have 43 in fifth table? No, but we have 5 eights are 40 and 5 nines are 45. Which number should we go with? 40. Yes, go with the lesser number. 5 eights are. 8 becomes our quotient. 40 written just below 43. We should subtract. 43 minus 0, 3, 0, 4 minus 4, 0. So 0, 3 will be our remainder. We do not have any other digit to bring down, and 3 is less than 5, so we cannot even divide it. Now 3 becomes what? 3 becomes our remainder. 98 becomes our quotient. See, quotient, remainder, 493 dividend, and 5 becomes our divisor. Now if, yes children, if we look at the division statement that we write, 5 into 98, that is divisor into quotient, plus our remainder 3 will be equal to 493. Clear with the division of 3-digit number? Now let us look at the division of a 4-digit number by a single digit number. Okay, yes, we should follow the same steps of dividing a 3-digit number by a single digit number and extend it to 4-digit numbers. Few examples are given below. Okay children, now you already know how to divide a 3-digit number. The same rules are to be applied to dividing a 4-digit number as well. Now let us see this one. 1527 divided by 3. Am I right? Yes. 1527. Now if we take the only first digit, it is 1. Is less than 3, we cannot divide. So we are going with the 2 digits here. Now does 15 come in third table? Yes. We have 3 5s are 15. Yes children. When we subtract, 0 will be a remainder. Bringing 2 down. Now does 2 come in third table? No. Do we have any number lesser than 2 in the third table? No. 3 table starts from 3. Yes, before 3 we have 3 zeros are 0. So the only option we have is going with 3 zeros are 0. So writing 3 zeros are 0 here. When we subtract, 2 will be our remainder. Yes, then we'll bring another digit down, that is 7 children. Okay. Okay, when we are doing with the first digit, there is no need to write 0. But in the middle, when we have a digit which is less than our divisor, then we need to go with 0. 3 zeros are 0. When we subtract 2, then only we can bring another digit down, that is 7. Now we have 27 in third table. 3 nines are 27. When we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. Clear children how to divide a 4-digit number? This is one way. Or the another way is that, let me erase this. Yes. So what did we do here? We brought 2 down. Now 2 2 does not come in 3 table. Yes, 2 is less than our divisor. So what can you do is, in each step we can bring only one digit down. Yes or no? So here, if you want to bring another digit 7 also down here, you need to place a 0 in the quotient. Okay, as 2 is not divisible by 3, 2 is less than 3. So what are we doing? We are placing 1 0 in the quotient and bringing another digit down. Now 27 is divisible by 3. 3 nines are 27. When we subtract, 0 will be our answer. Clear, children? Two ways of solving this. Now we have placed 0 in the tens place as we have borrowed 2 digits at a time. We are borrowing 2 digits at a time. So we are placing 1 0 here. Clear? Next, another example. 4925 divided by 4. So how to divide? First, if we take only 4, yes, 4 will go in 4 table. 4 ones are 4. 0 will be a remainder, bringing 9 down. We have 4 twos are 8. Yes, children. When we subtract 1 will be a remainder, bringing 2 down. We have 4 threes are 12. When we subtract, 0 will be a remainder, bringing 5 down. Now 5 does not come in 4th table, but we have 4 ones are 4. Yes, when we subtract, 1 will be our remainder. 1231 becomes our quotient and 1 becomes our remainder. 1 is our remainder and 1231 is our quotient. Clear, children? It is as, see, if you are perfect with division of 2 digit numbers, you can divide 3 digit numbers, 4 digit numbers, or any digit number. Okay, for that you need to be good with your multiplication tables. Yes, now here is an exercise for us where we have to divide the following using long division method. Long division method means the method that we have learnt just now. Okay, now we are having 9 questions. We are having 9 questions. I'll solve these 3. You try solving the other 6 questions. Okay, coming to the first one, 575 divided by 5. Now first, 5 ones are 5. Sorry, why did I draw such a big line here? Yes, when we subtract 0, bringing the next digit down, again 5 ones are 5. When we subtract, 2 will be a remainder, bringing again 5 down. We have 25. 5 5s are 25 and we subtract, 0 will be our remainder. Yes, children, 115 is our quotient and 0 is our remainder. So answer becomes 115. Okay, next. Question number 4. 4456 divided by 4. Yes, now only the one digit is enough here as 4 is divisible. 4 ones are 4. 0, again bringing 4 down. 4 ones are 4. When we subtract, 0, bringing 5 down. 4 ones are 4. When we subtract, 1 will be a remainder, bringing 6 down. 4 fours are 16. We know that 4 fours are 16. When we subtract, 0 will be a remainder. What is the quotient? 1114. Yes, so this becomes our answer. Coming to the 7th question, 3232 divided by 8. 3232 divided by 8, children. Now if we take only the first digit 3, now 3 does not come in 8 table. 3 is less than the divisor here. So what to do? We should go with 2 digits. Now does 32 come in 8th table? Yes, we have 8 fours are 32. When we subtract, 0 will be a remainder, bringing 3 down. Again the same problem we are facing here. 3 is less than our divisor, so it is not possible to divide. So what we'll do? We'll bring another digit down and we'll place 0 in the quotient for bringing another digit down. Yes, we are bringing 2 digits down here, so we are placing a 0. Now again, does 32 come in 8th table? Yes, 8 fours are 32. When we subtract, 0 will be a remainder. So what is our quotient? 404 becomes our quotient and 0 becomes our remainder. Clear, children, about long division methods? Yes. Now moving on to our next topic, which is division by 10, 100 and 1000. Now do you remember multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000? It was very easy, right? We just needed to place zeros after the number to the right. Now division by 10, 100, 1000 is far more easier than multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. Now division by 10. Observe the quotients and the remainders of numbers when divided by 10. Can you see a relation between the digits at different places of the given number and its quotient and remainder? Now what are they saying? See, here we are having 4 numbers. When divided by 10, these numbers gave these numbers as the quotient and these were the remainders. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to observe these. Observe the number, quotient and remainder and see what is the pattern that is followed when we divide a number by 10. Now if you look at the first number 35, when divided by 10, 3 is the quotient, 5 is the remainder. Okay, and 370 when divided by 10, 37 is the quotient and 0 is the remainder. When we divide 547 by 10, 54 is the quotient, 7 is the remainder. And when we divide 7009 by 10, 700 is the quotient and 9 is the remainder. What are we observing? What pattern is followed here? The last one digit of the number is becoming the remainder here. Yes, the last one digit of the number is left as the remainder when divided by 10 and the remaining digits to the left are our quotient. Yes, children, see in 35 the last digit 5 is the remainder and the digits to the left of this are the quotient. Again in 370 the last digit 0 is the remainder, the remaining digits 37 becomes the quotient. In 547 7 is the remainder, the remaining digits 54 is the quotient. Even in this 4 digit number 7009, the last digit 9 is the remainder here and 700 becomes the quotient. So note that when we divide a number by 10, the remainder is the digit at one's place of the number. The rest of the digits form the quotient. For example, in 124 divided by 10, 4 is the remainder and 12 is the quotient. Yes, that is what we have also observed. The digit at the ones place becomes the remainder and the remaining digits become the quotient. Now you might be thinking whether it is correct or not. Now let us divide actually and check. 124 by 10, yes? Divided by 10. Now if we take the only first digit 1, it is less than divisor, so division is not possible. Going with 2 digits here, we got 12. Now do we have 12 in 10 table? No, we have 10 ones are 10 and then directly we have 10 twos are 20. Yes, children? So what should we do? Go with the smaller number 10. How many times? 10 ones are 10. So 1 will be written in the quotient. 10 will be written below 20. Now when we subtract, 10 will be written below 12. Now when we subtract 2 minus 0, 2, 1 minus 1, 0. Bringing another digit down, 4. Now 24, does 24 come in 10 table? No, right children? Again we have 10 twos are 20 and 10 threes are 30. Going with the smaller number, 10 twos are 20. Yes, when we subtract, 4 will be our remainder. Now 4 is again less than the divisor, so it is not possible to divide and we do not have any other digit to bring down. Yes, so this will be our end of division. What are we left with? 12 is the quotient and 4 is the remainder. Yes, the last digit in the ones place, that is 4, is left as our remainder. The remaining digits 12, formed our quotient. Isn't it correct? Yes. So whenever division by 10 is given, understood right children, you don't even need to divide the number actually. Just write the digit in the ones place as the remainder and the rest of the digits form the quotient. Now division by 100. Can you extend the above method while dividing a number by 100? Yes, the same method they are asking us whether can we apply to 100 as well. Now see, if you look at the numbers here, 135, 708, say 18, 1182. Now in 10 we had 1 0. So the 0 in the units place, we had 0 in the ones place. So the digit at ones place become our remainder. Yes. Now in 100, where do we have zeros? In ones and tens place. So the digits in ones and tens place form our remainders. Okay children, in 100 we have zeros in the ones and tens place. So the digits in ones and tens place of the dividend. This is the dividend, yes. So they form our remainder. Now what about the remaining digits? They become our quotient. Okay. So the digit in the ones and tens place form the remainder while the rest places form the quotient. Well, the rest of the digits form the quotient. For example, in 718 divided by 100, yes, 1 and 8, 18 becomes our remainder and 7 becomes our quotient. Clear children? Now in the same way, division by 1000. Now in 1000 we have zeros at ones, tens and hundreds. So when we divide, yes, when we divide a number by 1000, the digits at ones, tens and hundreds places form the remainder while the rest of the digits form the quotient. Okay children, now let us see some examples. 1835. These three digits form our remainder and the remaining digit 1 becomes our quotient. Coming to the next number, 9718. Now these 718 becomes our remainder and 9 becomes our quotient. Okay, 10,182. 182 becomes the remainder and the remaining digits 10 become our quotient. Clear children? Division by 10, 100 and 1000. Now here we have a small exercise. Okay, with this exercise we'll wind up today's class. Okay, now we should complete the table for division by 10. Now 10 has 0 at the ones place. So the digits in the ones place become what? Our remainder 4, 9 and 4. So what will be our quotient? The remaining digits 2, 99 and 107. Simple, right? Yes. Now complete the table for division by 100. Now division has 2 zeros. So the last two digits become our remainder. 59, 24 and 38. Now what about the quotient? The remaining digits become our quotients 7, 6 and 37. Yes, wish all other divisions were this easy, right? Yes. So coming to 1000. Now what should we do? 1000 has 3 zeros here at ones, tens and hundreds. So the last 3 digits become our remainders. 277, 520 and 85. Now the quotient becomes the rest of the numbers 2, 6 and 71. Clear children? Division by what? 10, 100 and 1000. Now what did we learn to? Now you might get a doubt. Now ma'am, what if say 500 is given to be divided by 1000? Yes, so what will be the quotient and what will be the remainder? As we know, what will be the remainder? The three digits that is at ones, tens and hundreds. So 500 becomes our remainder. Yes, and what will be the quotient? Now the remaining digits, what digits do we have here? See, 0, can we say 0? We have 0. Yes, can we say that we have 0 before 5? 0, 5 is nothing but 5 only. In the same way, 0, 5, 100 is nothing but 500 only. So here 0 becomes our quotient and 500 becomes our answer. Actually division is not possible here because the dividend is lesser than the divisor. Okay, and they will not give you such questions in exam as well. Okay children, now this is what we have learned today. Multiplication by 3, multiplication of 3 and 4 digit numbers by 1 digit number, long division of 3 and 4 digit numbers by 1 digit number, and also division by 10, 100 and 1000. Yes children, with this we've come to the end of today's class. I hope today's class was clear. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.